Sit back, buckle up and brace yourselves. This is Chennai Live 104.8, India's first and only digital talk station. Before we start every show, we say this show is going to be interesting. This show is going to be life-changing. But I don't know what this show is going to have for you, but I do believe that somewhere down the line you'll understand that this show can make you happy because you will realize that happiness lies within you. That's what we said. Life can be very, very strange. Sometimes they say life is so simple. We complicate it. ஒவ்வொரு பர்சனோட ஜர்னி ஒவ்வொரு பர்சனோட ஸ்டோரி வந்து ரொம்ப டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டாக இருக்குது. But we all eventually want the same thing. We all want happiness. And all the great happiness coaches, spiritual gurus will say happiness is within you. And I can challenge you, go within you. And I'll tell you what you will find. You will find fear. You will find failure. You will find insecurity, you will find anger, you will find hatred, you will find greed, hunger. That's what you will find. Pinne happiness enge irukku. I think happiness vandu or tool irukku which should be created, which should be manufactured. And once you start manufacturing happiness, then all these small emotions that come, these small feelings, that will be washed away like a tsunami. Happiness is a superpower and we all have that. To discuss more about this, I have with me a happiness coach. Now, I've learned of so many coaches, tennis coaches, dance coaches, singing coaches, but this is one coach I'd like to have for a lifetime. I'd like to marry you if that was allowed. Welcome to the show, Mr. Murali. How are you?
Fantastic, Rajiv. Thank you very much for the invite for this amazing show. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure. I must say, you make me happy already, sir. ஏதோ ஒரு charm இருக்கு உங்கள that I'm already very, very happy. Happiness வந்து ஒரு emotion-ஆ, happiness வந்து ஒரு act-ஆ, happiness வந்து ஒரு portrayal-ஆ. What is happiness? Explain that to me.
Simply சொல்லணும்னா happiness is a choice. Is an art or a skill. Which everyone can actually create it, as you mentioned. Because if you ask me, I think everyone are born happy. I think that's the foundation of every human being. Somewhere as we grew up in our life, we added all varieties of negative thoughts and ideas and beliefs and we complicated and made ourselves unhappy and we are searching everything through various items and extrinsically we are trying to get everything. But I think it's a choice. We all, if you can make a choice, you used a very good word, happiness as a superpower. I also feel the same, that if you can use happiness as your superpower, that's your competitive advantage. That can be one of the best USP in your life.
But the problem is, it's not a power, it's a problem for us. we think happiness, how do we find it? Where do we find it? Who will give it to us? How can we give it to somebody? So this power has become a problem, sir. Let's start off once upon a time, very, very long ago when we were children. They said childlike happiness. இப்போ கூட நீங்க சொன்னீங்க, as children we had so much of happiness.
True.
Then came in beliefs and desires and goals and aims. What is childlike happiness? And how do we find that today, sir?
See, I call myself happiness coach. If you ask me who's the best consultant and coach, is the child. All the children are the happiness coaches and consultants in the world. Why? Because they don't have any expectation. They don't have a filter in their head. Even if they are unhappy for some time, within few moments, they just let go of that and they come to you and smile. Even you would have seen this in your home. With children, they asked you for a toy, you were not in the right mood, you said no to them and you bashed them, I don't know what you said. They were little unhappy for some time. Probably you wouldn't have gone out of that feeling, but after a few minutes, they will come back and say, Papa, can we go for a walk? That's called childlike happiness. You should know how to let go. No expectation, no filters, no judgments. That's called childlike.
How can one find happiness in today's world which is filled with criticism, comparison and competition? How do we find happiness, sir?
See, that's how the world is going to be. We need to first accept this is how the world around and you have two choices right now. You want to go with the world or you want to go with your own self. That you want to be happy or not. You make a choice right now there. Once you made the choice, then you, as you mentioned, get into certain rituals and practices. Which can actually make you create a cushion inside you. So that even when the external world puts all the pressure, it's like a shock absorber. These practices and rituals will help you to understand, okay, this is how the world is, this is how the situation is, this is how the people are. They are not going to be exactly the way I want it to be, but how will I respond back to them?
What are the habits, practices one must have to ensure that daily, every day, morning, evening, night, through the day, you are happy? What are the practices we must do, sir?
தூங்குறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு டைரி எடுத்து வச்சு ஒரு கிராட்டிடியூட் மெசேஜ் எழுதுறது இருக்கிறதுலே ஒன் ஆஃப் த பெஸ்ட் வே டு ரிலீஸ் லாட் ஆஃப் குட் ஹார்மோன்ஸ் அண்ட் கெமிக்கல்ஸ் விச் ஆக்சுவலி nullifies லாட் ஆஃப் கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட்ஸ் யூ கிரியேட்டட் டுடே. Because every day we come up with lot of conflicts. We will not put efforts to solve the conflicts consciously, but subconsciously உள்ள ஓடிட்டு இருக்கு அந்த லூப். அது எப்படி வெளியில வருது? அதனால தான் gratitude வந்து ரொம்ப பவர்ஃபுல்லான ஒரு process. Okay. For example, I teach gratitude meditation to my students, but many of them are comfortable in writing gratitude also. So ஒரு டைரி எடுத்து வச்சு இன்னைக்கு நடந்த ஏதாவது ஒரு விஷயத்துல which one thing I am happy and I want to say thank you. Thank you, Abdul, for coming and receiving me from the gate. Thank you, Rajiv, for this interview. Someone opened the door. That Anna came and gave a coffee. That's amazing. With a lot of love, and he came and gave a coffee. That's it. So on the chinna micro விஷயத்துல, if you can just put attention and write it down. And when you write it down, the human brain, when it writes, it rethinks the entire thing. So அது நடக்கும்போது என்ன chemicals and hormones was released, the same thing happens over there. And these endorphins and enkephalins, these hormones have an ability to remove a lot of conflicts which you created today. So night தூங்குறதுக்கு முன்னாடி கண்டிப்பா ஒரு 5 minutes ஆகுமா? அவ்வளோ கூட ஆகல. இப்போ நிறைய ஆப் வந்துச்சு. ஆப்லேயே யூ டவுன்லோடு and enter one gratitude. இப்போ ஆப்லலாம் வந்து ஃபோட்டோலாம் கூட ஆட் பண்ணலாம். So lot of varieties have come. So add that. So every night can you do a gratitude writing or a meditation? Super. Whichever you are comfortable, do that. காலையில் தூங்கி எழுந்த உடனே என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா, first 30 minutes, can you invest for your own breathing and meditation? Instead of allowing the world to come and take over your whole mind, காலையில் மைண்டு கொஞ்சம் ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷாக இருக்கும். அப்போ can you practice little bit of breathing? ஒரு 10 minutes of breathing, ஒரு 10 minutes stretching, ஒரு 10 minute meditation. இது பண்ணால் நல்லா இருக்கும். அவ்வளோ கூட டைம் இல்லை, 2 நிமிஷம் கூட பண்ணலாம். அந்த அளவுக்கு டைம் இல்லைன்னா சொல்லக்கூடாது. Everyone should do that because I have seen with many of my teachers, masters, mentors, they make their first 1 hour as their time. அது யாருக்குமே கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க, ஃபேமிலிக்கும் கிடையாது, உலகத்துக்கும் கிடையாது. It's their time. So that 1 hour or half an hour, if you can prepare yourself, the whole day you will always be happy. That's a very good ritual to follow. Nice. And throughout the day, this is what I teach it in my to my students. Throughout the day, நான் அங்கங்க ஒரு அலாரம் வச்சுக்கோங்க மொபைலில். Throughout the day, at least 4 times before eating. Okay. ஒரு அலாரம் வச்சுட்டு அந்த ஒரு அலாரம் அடிக்கும்போது stop doing everything, take nice deep breath and relax yourself. Okay, look something very far, maybe stand, stretch, listen to music. ஏதாவது ஒன்று once in 2 hours 3 hours, no, take that small micro break. And non-stop human machine work பண்ண முடியாது. So when you do that, no, you will also become productive also at the same time, and suddenly fresh ideas, fresh perspectives also come. So throughout the day அது அங்கங்கே ஆட் பண்ண முடியுமா நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். Evening also, it's important for you to do some kind of a practice like yoga nidra, a psychic sleep method, where you go home and relax, or in your office, இடம் இருந்தால் ஒரு 5 minutes 10 minutes just relax. That also gives you a little bit of happiness. Okay, என்ன நம்ம யோசிப்போனா, ஐயோ டைம் இல்லை, இதெல்லாம் பண்ணணுமான்னு. இதெல்லாம் கண்டிப்பாக பண்ணணும். If you do this, you will actually become more productive.
You will not realize it, but people around you will realize that you have become better, smarter,
your mind
nicer.
Is running faster. See, things which others taking 2 hours to complete, you will finish in 30 minutes time. And that's how these practices are all. இதெல்லாம் வந்து நம்ம கண்டுபிடிக்கல. Our ancient masters have given all these things to us. இது ஒழுங்கா பண்ணணும், அவ்வளவுதான். அது கூட நான் பண்ணாம ரொம்ப பிஸின்னு busyness has become lifeனா கஷ்டம்.
The small thing that I had learned many years back, it's called the savers. நீங்க சொன்னீங்க evening practice, morning practice. I love that is a very nice one. Hal Elrod or the savers, right? Absolutely. S is for silence. Yes. Few minutes of meditation in the morning. A is for affirmations. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to spread love. I'm going to smile. V is for the practice of visualization. True. You're thinking good things, seeing good things happening to you. E is for exercise, for 10-15 minutes or half an hour, ஏதோ ஒரு physical activity. R is for reading. நீங்களே சொன்னீங்க, read something productive, read something nice. And S is for scribing, writing down, because when you write, your heart and your hand, they connect very strongly. True. So what makes us sad or disappointed?
I'm here for the last 2 decades, more than this, talking about happiness to everyone. What I've realized after talking to thousands and thousands of people, the main problem is lack of clarity in what I don't want in life. What I want, over clarity, because the entire social media, people around, continuously pushing a lot of ideas to you. But the lack of clarity in what I don't want is missing in everyone. அந்த தெளிவு வந்தாலே you will know what I want. Then you know whether to pursue this side or that side. The problem in youngsters now, they want everything. And they don't know what I don't want. It's like go to the pub here, no? And the bouncers will stand with the red rope, no? And they know whom to send in, whom not to send in. Similarly, do you have a red rope policy inside your head? இது எனக்கு வேணும், இது எனக்கு வேணாம். அந்த தெளிவு இருந்ததுன்னா எப்பயுமே ஹாப்பினஸ் இருக்கும். டிசப்பாயின்மெண்ட்டே வர வாய்ப்பே கிடையாது. இல்லை எனக்கு இது வேணாம் வேணாம். That's the reason my teacher says goals are happiness. If you know what you want and if you don't know, if also you should know the other side, know what you don't want. Then if you know இந்த பக்கமாக போனால் இது என்னுடைய நாட் லிஸ்ட்டில் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா it will bring me unhappiness and sadness. இந்த பக்கம் போனால் எனக்கு ஹாப்பினஸ் சொன்னால் let me go there, no?
Correct. So we all are thinking we want to be party goers. Be a bouncer. First you be a bouncer.
Very
right?
true. You should know how to bounce your own thoughts and feelings. No?
That's a nice way of looking at life as well. How do we do a happiness audit? Is there something, few questions I ask myself? Does he or she give me happiness? Does this or that give me happiness? How do I plan for happiness? How do I check whether this is what gives me happiness today? அது மாதிரி ஏதோ ரிப்போர்ட், questionnaire, செல்ஃப் டெஸ்ட் ஏதோ இருக்கா சார்?
நிறைய இருக்குது. ஆன்லைனில் போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய இருக்குது. நானே என்னோட புக்கில் வந்து ஒரு கொஸ்டின் ஹாப்பினஸ் ஹேபிட்ஸ்னு ஒரு புக்கில் வந்து ஒரு செல்ஃப் அசஸ்மெண்ட் கொஸ்டினர்லாம் எழுதியிருக்கேன். பட் த ப்ராப்ளம் வித் ஆல் தீஸ் கொஸ்டினர் இஸ் யூ வில் ஒன்லி லை. ஓகே, 50% ஆர் லை. ஓகே, இட்ஸ் நெவர் த ரைட் ஆன்சர். But the best way to see whether you are happy or not ன்றதுக்கு ரெண்டு இருக்கு. ஒரு டெஸ்ட் எடுத்து பார்க்கலாம். Am I ready to die right now without any regrets? This moment. If there is regret and if you are not ready, then you are not happy inside. எங்கேயோ ஒரு இடத்துல பிரச்சனை இருக்கு. That's one test for you to figure it out. Another simple, இது tough question to answer. The simple one is maybe every 1 hour you can just do an audit. Okay, in the last 1 hour, how was your feeling? Was it positive, joyful, or is it little dull? ஸோ அதை வந்து ஒரு ஒன்ஸ் இன் அன் அவர் வந்து செக் பண்ணலாம். இப்போ ஐஃபோனில் வந்து லேட்டஸ்ட்டாக ஒரு ஆப் இருக்குது. ஐ டோன்ட் நோ வெதர் யூ ஹவ் சீன் தட் ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் ஆப்னு. எவ்ரிடே யூ கேன் செட் இட் அப் அண்ட் இட் ஆஸ்க்ஸ் யூ வாட்ஸ் யூர் மூட் ரைட் நவ். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஆப்ஸ் எல்லாம் கூட இருக்குது. ரியலி ஐம் என்ஜாயிங் திஸ் நியூ ஆப் இன் தட் ஃபோன் அண்ட் இட் ஆஸ்க்ஸ் யூ ஓகே ஜஸ்ட் மெஷர் யுவர் மூட் ரைட் நவ். ஏன்னா ஹாப்பியை எப்படி நம்ம ஃபீலிங்கை அசஸ் பண்ணும்போது சம் ஹவ் யூ கேன் ஃபைண்ட் இட் அவுட் குவிக்லி. ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஒன் வே டு செக் இட் அவுட்.
So where do you find external sources, materialistic things do give me happiness, and where do you say that I will give myself this happiness? Where do you draw that line, sir?
One short term, one long term. Okay. Material things, will it give happiness or not? Yes, absolutely. I want to buy the iPhone. It's there in my dream. I will go and buy that latest iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I will work for it. So our excitement, our happiness build out. You go to the shop, you go check it out and buy. And you buy, you know, that sense of elation, that feeling, you'll always get happiness. But no, that's temporary. After 1 month, adu one acha, okay, tick mark over. And always that our human mind wants the instant gratification. That's part of the human mind. பிடிச்சிருக்கு பிடிக்கல தள்ளிலாம் போட முடியாது. மைண்டில் வந்திருக்கா அதை போய் அச்சீவ் பண்ண நினச்சேப்பா அச்சீவ் பண்ணு. ஒன்று அதை ஃபுல்லாக போய் எஃபோர்ட் போட்டு அச்சீவ் பண்ணி வாங்கி அனுபவிச்சிரு. இல்லைன்னா தூக்கி போட்டுரு, வேணாம் இல்லை இந்த தாட் சரியில்லை அப்படின்னு. But if you are someone who really want material happiness, go chase for it. Fully go immerse yourself. Later only you will realize it is of no use. But when you have not achieved it, when you have not felt it, how will you understand it?
Correct.
You will never understand it. Then apna neenga yogi level la irukanum.
Correct. Everyone wants to reach the top of the mountain. When they reach it, they say maybe this was okay to visit, not to stay. Correct, sir?
Absolutely. So அதனால தப்பு கிடையாது. Go find it. And then only you will realize okay, it has its own limitation. The material living has a limitation. Material possession has a limitation. ஒரு அளவுக்கு புரியும். அதனால தான் அந்த காலத்துல வந்து you look very closely in those olden days when the kings had the entire wealth. Tell me at the end where they went for their own inner peace and happiness, to whom they went and consulted, to that one old man sitting in a thatched hut, ஒரு கோமணத்தை கட்டிட்டு உட்காந்துருக்கு அந்த ஒரு குரு கிட்ட போய் தான் எனக்கு ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்க அப்படின்னா. That means what that guy had. He has immense wealth. He not even has even 1 naya paisa. But why he went there? Because he had that complete ruthless clarity on what his life is all about. அது உள்ளுக்குள்ள இருந்தா வரும். அது only when you go inward you will understand. Right now the whole society is pushing everyone towards outward, no? So அது டைம் எடுக்க முடியல எல்லாராலையும். கொஞ்சம் அப்படி திரும்பி மெடிடேஷன் பண்ணி செல்ஃப் ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் பண்ணி ஒரு கான்டெம்ப்ளேஷன் பண்ணி இல்லை லைக் மைண்டட் பீப்புளோட இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டிஸ்கஷன் பண்ணி பார்க்குற அளவுக்கு டைம் இல்லை. So because of that, always they are pushed outside. And if you are following the entire herd, you will also go that way only.
Sir, all that you say comes under one bracket called spirituality. And we believe spirituality, going on top of the hill, meditating for years together, wearing white or orange, shaving off our hair. Spirituality oda artham has been not understood. It's been highly misunderstood. What is spirituality? And for today's young boys and girls who are working, who are aiming, who are ambitious, who want to grow, who want to earn, who want to learn, avangalukku spirituality, can it be a part of their life or not? What is it?
I think the word spirituality is getting abused right now because it has gone into the entrepreneurship route right now. So அதனால spiritual entrepreneurs இப்ப சொல்லிக்கிறாங்க எல்லாரும். I think the word spirituality is people have misunderstood it. I think we will replace the word to spirituality to another word called curiosity. Curiosity is a better word than spirituality. Why? Because every human being, எல்லாருக்குமே உள்ளுக்குள்ள ஒரு curiosity இருக்கு. நான் யாரு? நான் எதுக்கு இதெல்லாம் பண்றேன்? நான் எங்க இருந்து வந்தேன்? இந்த curiosity உள்ள எல்லாருக்குமே இருக்கு. ஏன்னா I think everyone would have experienced once in a while in their life that sudden oneness connection with the whole nature itself. அது வந்து part of the default factory setting of the machine. அது உள்ள இருக்கு permanent-ஆ. அதனால அப்பப்போ அது வந்துட்டு போகும். Some people go deeper into that default factory setting because every night when you sleep, in the sleep you are touching the default setting. In the sleep you are part of the source. அதனால அது part of the settingல இருக்கிறதுனால தான் அது வந்து உள்ள வந்துகிட்டே இருக்குது வைரஸ் தாட் மாதிரி. Some people go in the direction of spirituality and unfortunately they get into the religious roots and rituals and everything. இதுக்காக இமாலயாஸ்க்கு போனதும் கிடையாது. இதுக்காக நான் வார்ட்ரோப் எல்லாம் மாத்தணும்னு அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. No. You need to feel that oneness. The energy that runs this machine and you are the same. அந்த ஒன்னஸ் தூங்கும்போது டெய்லி நம்ம எல்லாரும் ஃபீல் பண்ணுறோம், முழிச்சிட்டு இருக்கும்போது ஃபீல் பண்ணல. அதை தான் தேடிட்டு இருக்கோம். ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக சொல்லணும்னா அவ்வளோதான் ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டினா. அதான் ஹவு டு யூ ஃபைண்ட் தி ஒன்னஸ்? சில பேருக்கு வந்து 4 பேருக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணி சர்வீஸ் பண்ணும்போது அந்த ஒரு ஆர்ஃபனேஜில் போய் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுறோம், இல்லை 4 பேருக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும்போது தி ஃபைண்ட் தட் ஒன்னஸ். தட் இஸ் ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி ஃபார் தெம். For some people, the profession. For example, you are an amazing RJ. When you are in the RJing mode, you are one with the mic, with the camera, with the guest. It's oneness for you. That's oneness for you. That's spirituality for you. Some people in the bhajan, bhakti, temple, அதுதான் ஒன்னஸ்னா வந்தா அது ஓகே பண்ணுங்க. சில பேருக்கு மெடிடேஷன் அதெல்லாம் வந்தா தான் வரும். So it's not one route.
Correct.
Spirituality is not one route. We can't push everyone இந்த ஒரு பாக்ஸ்க்குள்ள தான் இருக்கணும். Box is not spirituality. Box is religion. Out of the box, dissolve the box, because every river goes to the ocean only,
What makes you think you have understood happiness? What qualifications do you have that you are telling people, I will tell you what happiness is, when maybe you're not happy yourself? This will sell. But if I tell you that, sir, you look so happy, you have such an aura, makkalku solunga eppadi neenga evlo happy, nobody will listen, sir.
Correct.
Negativity sells.
Very true.
Controversy is king. Munnadi sir, content is king solvanga. Be positive. Today if I give something positive, nobody wants it. If I give something negative, people want to scratch on it. They want to comment. They want to criticize and walk away, sir. Why is the world living, eating, growing on negativity? How do we change that? Nobody likes negativity, but we believe that's the only way we can grow. That's the only thing that interests us. Why?
See, the mind which operates this machine, it's a negative tool. By default, the mind is negative. It attracts negativity. Why? ஏன்னா அந்த டூலோடைய ஃபங்க்ஷனே இந்த பாடியை எப்படி ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணுறது. ஸோ அப்படின்னும் போது வெளியிலேருந்து நெகட்டிவிட்டி என்ன இருக்குன்றதை பார்க்குறது தான் மைண்டோட ரோலே. ஸோ அதனால தான் நெகட்டிவிட்டி மைண்ட் இஸ் லைக் அ வெல்க்ரோ. Quickly gets attached, whereas positivism is like Teflon coating. It will never stick, So you need to put efforts for positivism, whereas negativism is already part of you. அதனால தான் வந்து இப்போ கான்ட்ரவர்ஷியல் டாப்பிக்காக நம்ம 2 பேர் எது பேசினாலும் வைரலாக போவோம், பாசிட்டிவாக எது பேசினாலும் வைரலாக போகிறதுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கம்மி. ஏன்னா the mind around us is being too much negative information is going and overloaded. So அதுவே பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கிறதுனால குவிக்காக வந்து மைண்ட் கனெக்ட்ஸ் வித் த நெகட்டிவிட்டி. And very less positivism being shared in the whole world. That's an unfortunate situation right now. Maybe one day we should change. அது உலகம்லாம் மாறாது, நம்ம தான் மாற்றிக்கணும்.
Correct.
Swachh Bharatnu சொல்றது போல Swachh breathன்னு வேணாம். Not about the Bharat, it's about the breath. Can you cleanse?
Leave Modi ji, we'll come to Murali ji.
No, how do you handle it? Only when you know how to control your thinking. உங்க தாட் நெகட்டிவா இருக்குன்னு உங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சா மட்டும்தான் உங்களால பாசிட்டிவா மாற முடியும். நம்ம அவேர்னஸ்லயே இல்லையே நம்ம நெகட்டிவா இருக்கோம். நிறைய பேரோட பிரச்சனை அதுதானே. மற்றவங்க நெகட்டிவா இருக்காங்கன்னு டக்குன்னு சொல்லிடுறோம். ஆனா நானும் நெகட்டிவா தான் இருக்கேன், நானும் டிசப்பாயின்மெண்ட்ல இருக்கேன், நானும் பிரச்சனைல இருக்கேன்றதை யாரும் யோசிக்கல. Why? Because I'm not even aware of my own thinking and feeling. So how do you become aware is only when you start focusing on your breath. When you focus on your breath, that becomes an amazing cleansing tool. Then you become positive. நீங்க கவனிச்சு பாருங்க, யாரெல்லாம் பிரீதிங்ல ஃபோக்கஸ்டா இருக்காங்களோ அவங்க நெகட்டிவா பேசவே முடியாது. They can never become negative. They will be surrounded with negative people, but nothing affects them. So, how do you become positive is focus on your breath. It's free as of now. No VAT, no GST. When you are negative, if you observe, maybe ask someone to observe, it will be always shallow. Your heartbeat is faster. But when you do slow and steady breathing, your heartbeat goes down. So how do you handle negativity is when you bring your heartbeat down to 60 beats per minute. When your heart is at 60 beats per minute, no negativity will affect you. இது நம்ம மாஸ்டர்ஸ் எப்பயோ சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. ஆனா நம்ம ஆளுங்க அவங்களாம் சொன்னா ஒத்துக்க மாட்டாங்க. Science and technology சொன்னா ஒத்துக்கிறேன்னு. But science and technology also proves
this. The animals that live the longest, they have a very, very slow breath per minute. Yeah.
Absolutely. Our master said 5 breaths per minute. If you can handle it 5 breaths per minute, keep your heart at 60 beats per minute, you will live longer, healthier, positive, peak performance will come.
So what do we do in terms of lifestyle that you believe can increase our health?
Between 20 to 30 இருக்குல்ல, அந்த டைம்ல சாப்பிடுறது கம்மியா இருக்கணும். If you can reduce your eating with the time of 20 to 30, because that is the predisposing factor of all the diseases after 45.
But then our mother says this is the only time to eat. நீங்க growing child மா சாப்பிடுமா.
அதாவது குழந்தை வளரும் போது சரியா சாப்பிடலாம், உள்ள திணிச்சு அவன் நிறைய சாப்பிடுற மாதிரி ஆக்கிட்டாங்க பேரண்ட்ஸ். அப்புறம் அவனே போய் சாப்பிடாதவனே எங்க போயிருப்பான். So the parenting also plays an important role. How parents to help the child, right food, right time, right sleeping. இந்த மூணும் கரெக்டா பண்ணாலே I think health நல்லா இருக்கும். Automatically wealth automatically varum. So unfortunately we all miss out on simple things, complicated in a big way.
Fear has become such a thing that we say don't express it, it shows how weak you are. Don't feel it, it's not a good feeling. But just like you said, the mind is like a velcro. The heart knows to love, the mind knows to fear. So how do you battle fear? Do you face fear? Do you ignore fear? What happens? What is the value of fear in our life and how do we overcome it, sir?
Fear is actually a very good emotion.
I think so too.
நிறைய பேர் தேவையில்லாம அது பயந்து ஓடுறாங்க. ஃபியர் இருந்ததுனால தான் சொசைட்டி இவ்வளவு தூரம் டெவலப்பே ஆச்சுன்னு நான் சொல்லுவேன். ஃபியர் மட்டும் இல்லை அப்படின்னா இவ்வளவு தூரம் ஹியூமனிட்டி வந்திருக்காது. So fear is a very good emotion, but we have not learned how to capitalize it. Because of the entire media around, because of everything, fear install பண்ணி people started controlling people. Because they were controlling people using the emotion, few people have understood that and they have come out of it. Hey, fear is very good. Look at every business owner. The guys who have scaled up a larger level, fear இல்லையானே, they were shit scared. But they took the risk. They romanced with the fear. Maybe they loved risking over there. அதில் ஒரு thrill இருக்கு, ஒரு kick இருக்கு. அது உள்ள போனா the fear teaches you a lot about human beings, lot about your own life. பெருசா என்ன ஆயிட போகுது, அந்த மாங்காய் இல்லை கல்லு, அவ்வளோதானே. So nothing wrong. So that's where embracing fear comes. அப்படியே நேரா போய் லைனை போய் சந்திக்கலாம் அப்படிலாம் சொல்லுவாங்க, கேட்க நல்லா இருக்கும். ஆனால் அது உள்ள வரும்போது தான் இருக்கிறதுலே சேலஞ்சிங்காக. பட் த ஃபியர் கம்ஸ் அக்னாலேஜ். எனக்கு ஃபியர் இருக்கு. ஐ எம் அ பப்ளிக் ஸ்பீக்கர். ஐ கோ டு எவ்ரி ஸ்டேஜ். எவ்ரி டைம் ஐ வாக் ஆன் டு த ஸ்டேஜ், உள்ள பட்டர்ஃப்ளை ஓடும். ஐயோ ஒழுங்கா வருமா வராதா தெரியலையே அப்படின்னு ஒரு பயம் இருக்கதான் செய்யும். அந்த பயம் நல்லது தான். பிகாஸ் அந்த பயத்தினால I have improvised my own speaking skills every time for the benefit of everyone. So that fear is good. So that's the reason, use the fear as a positive side, not on the negative side.
It can be your partner, it can be a great friend. Your fear can be a great friend, not your enemy.
And it will always be there with you till the end of your life. It's not going to go away.
Correct.
It will be there till you die. And people are scared of death also.
Who should start a business today? Who is the entrepreneurial structure meant for? And tell me what's going right or wrong with the young entrepreneurs today.
If you ask me, I think everyone should start a business. I think everyone has the potential. And right now in India, we are one of the best economic situation, the infrastructure to start business. We are right now in a fantastic spot right now. So if you ask me, everyone should start business. Okay. Once upon a time, 97% of Indians were businessmen only. 3% only employed, but now it has been exactly the flip the other side. But before when you want to start business, you need to understand there are three ways to start. Okay. Either you want to do something out of passion, which gives you happiness, or the second one is profits. Right now, everyone are chasing behind profits. Okay? But the third one, the great large organizations which is running for more than 100 years, you have to learn from them. Those organizations run based on purpose. What is the common cause with which my efforts can help the humanity? The larger purpose, serving the whole human beings or the humanity, not just only me. Ambition means only me and my family should be very good, so I will make only profits. Can you think little bit broader and make it into visionary? And can I think, okay, இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் நான் உருவாக்கினா உலகத்தில் பல லட்சம் பேருக்கு எப்படி ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும் அப்படின்ற ஒரு லார்ஜர் பர்பஸோட நம்ம ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் ஆரம்பித்தோம் அப்படின்னா that business will work forever. Okay. And maybe books like Good to Great is a very good book to study. Jim Collins, brilliant book. அதை படிக்கும் போதே தெரியும், ஓகே, ஸோ லார்ஜர் கம்பெனிஸ் ஆரம்பிக்கிற மாதிரி நம்ம அந்த ஆங்கிளில் யோசிக்கணும். நம்ம வந்தோமா, இப்போ எல்லாரும் இப்போ என்னன்னா, இப்போ நிறைய ஓவராக சோஷியல் மீடியாவில் தே சி ஆல் தீஸ் ஃபண்டிங் கம்மிங் இன், டூ மச் ஆஃப் ஃபண்டிங் பபிள் ஹேப்பனிங், இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ். ஸோ நம்மளும் ஒரு கம்பெனி ஆரம்பிச்சோமா, நம்மளும் திடீர்னு ஓவர் நைட் கோடீஸ்வரன் ஆயிடலாம். ஓவர் நைட் will become a millionaire and billionaire. That's what is running in everyone's mind. So they're only thinking of how do I make it as a cash cow for their profits. That's what is right now happening. But many people don't understand that out of 1 in 10,000 is making there.
Correct. No one talks about the failures. We only see that one successful company, that one fundraising company. How many people have started, lost and gone. They've vanished and nobody speaks about them.
Even that one person who has succeeded, that's not his first business.
Yeah.
Many people have not understood. Correct. He has failed 10 times before.
Correct.
Before failing, no one succeeds.
Correct.
I interact as part of BNI. Since I run the franchise for Chennai region here, I every day meet varieties of business owners, not in India, across the whole world also. Everyone failed. All the great successful leaders, they've all failed. But ஆனால் இவங்க அதெல்லாம் பார்க்கறது இல்லை, வெறும் சக்ஸஸ் ஸ்டோரி மட்டும் பார்த்து they just go euphoric in that angle. நம்மளும் அந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடலான்னு. You will miserably fail. My teacher, Dr. Brian Tracy, says, how do you become successful? He says, fail faster. Faster you fail, faster you achieve success. And a failure handle பண்ணதுக்கு ready இல்லையா?
They're scared to fail. They're scared to try because they might fail.
True.
Why is failure our biggest strength? Why is failure the biggest lesson? What should we learn from failure and why should we fail? You have to fail. Why, sir?
See, only when you fail, you will know what is working, what is not working. Okay? Only when you fail. When you are succeeding, you will never know how to reflect upon. Reflection, நான் பண்றதெல்லாம் கரெக்ட், ஒன்று ஈகோ தான் ஜாஸ்தியாக வரும். பட் ஃபெயிலியர் ஆகும்போது you actually become grounded. What works, what my market wants, what is the market telling me? Because business is all about solving the market's problem, not your problem.
Correct.
So only when you fail, you start asking all these intrinsic questions. So that means you will turn inward. So failure is a better spiritual process than success. It is turning inward itself, no? So அதனால ஃபெயில் ஆகணும்னு சொல்லுவேன் நான். ஃபெயில் ஆகும்போது நிறைய டிஸ்கஷன் வரும். நிறைய டிஸ்கஷன் வரும்போது புது ஐடியாஸ் வரும். புது ஐடியாஸ் வந்ததுலேருந்து தான் ஒரு புது ப்ராடக்டே உருவாகும். சக்ஸஸ் ஆகும்போது அது வராது. அது ஏதோ ஒரு ஜாக் பாட்டில் அடிச்சிருச்சு. பட் அகைன் ஆல் தோ சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் பீப்புள் ஃபெயில்டு மிசரபிளி, evolved and reached one particular formula.
Final question to you, sir. Success and happiness, they come in the same sentence. I'm success, so I'm happy. I am happy means I'm successful. What is the difference between success and happiness, or what's the similarity between the two?
When you're happy, success follows. When you're successful, there is no guarantee happiness will follow. You may be successful with respect to making money. Probably you would have built an amazing empire.
Amma.
Billions of money. But probably inside you, you are empty. Many successful people are depressed, are lonely. They have no one around. But whereas a lot of happy people, when they see themselves surrounded with people who trust them, who care for them that is successful. So when you are happy, success will always follow, but there is no guarantee the other way.
Sir, how much should we sacrifice for success? சிலவாட்டி சொல்வாங்க, to get something, you have to give up something. அது லைஃபோட philosophy இருக்கு. You can't have everything. Correct, sir? Success ஓட huntல, wealth ஓட ஒரு powerல, dreams or a passion la, how much are you ready to sacrifice, or how much should one sacrifice? Family time irundha, self time irundhadana, happiness irundhadana, where is sacrifice and success sort of equation, sir?
See, again, you go to a little child in your home if you're married, and you ask the child, can you define or give me the spelling of the word love? The child will spell it as Time. That's what a child understands, the feeling called love. So, quantity time with the child and family and quality time at your work, you will always become more successful and at the same time happier also. Now, வெறும் எல்லாமே வெறும் பணத்தையா சம்பாதிச்சிட்டு கட்சியில் யாரோட அனுபவிக்கிறது? There's no one around, then you feel lonely over there, no? So it's better you give more time to this. So sacrifice, நிறைய பேர் வந்து I am sacrificing for my family, I am sacrificing for this, for the peace and happiness of them. But what about you? You have lost everything on the way, no?
Correct.
And they have also were not able to enjoy it with you. Ultimately, பணம் மட்டும் இருந்தா ஒன்றும் யூஸ் இல்லைல்ல, எல்லாரும் அனுபவிக்க தெரியணும்ல. So that's where the mismanagement comes, or the managing the balance is missing over there in many people.
Fantastic. Love, they say, is giving the most valuable things to the person, and we give the most valuable thing that we'll never get back, which is time, sir. Thank you very much. I've had a 40-minute talk with you on various aspects. Spirituality, we started off with breathing, conscious breathing, business, success, failure. We went into your heart, we went into your experiences. But Mr. Murali, you showed us a chapter of life that will actually create our own chapters. We've learned so much from you. I want to thank you for spending time with us and sharing all your wisdom and experiences. It's been a pleasure having you on Chennai Live.
Thank you,
sir,
for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Chennai Live, Radio Redefined.